Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this live Streetsboro Rockets sports broadcast. Today, the Rockets host the Springfield
Spartans.
The Springfield Spartans. How can I forget? Okay. I'm Bryce Posick, along with my partner Trevor Kelowski, which you have already heard.
How's it going, everybody?
Today's game is brought to you by Giannino's Pizza on State Route 303 in the Streetsboro Plaza. Giannino's offers pizza, chicken, and JoJo's, along with hot Italian subs. Have Giannino's cater your next party or event. Call Giannino's at 330-626-4700. That's 330-626-4700. So, wow, welcome to the home opener, everybody.
Home opener. I'm happy to be back, man. I've missed it.
Yeah, been a while. Definitely been a while.
Season.
Yeah, so before this game, Streetsboro lost their first game against Coventry 40-41. A really tough loss. Yeah. But they had a lot of things go wrong for them, starting with Ethan Laie and P.J. Robinson, which they fouled out. Into the game.
I believe it was late third or early fourth quarter when they both fouled out. It was, I believe, fourth quarter.
Yeah, and those are your starters right there.
Yeah.
You know, PJ, I know you guys haven't really seen him yet. You know, he's new onto the scene, but he is a pretty decent player. He's a really good shooter. We'll see some of that tonight. And then also Ryan Roscoe, he led the team with 19 points and 9 rebounds. Keep in mind, he played JV last year.
Yeah, he didn't touch a lick of varsity last year.
Maybe once or twice on blowout games.
And came out and completely dominated.
It was very, very impressive. So
he also, in that game, he also shot 8 for 16, so shooting at 50%, which was the top average of the team.
Yeah, it's super impressive, especially in the high school level.
Yeah.
Where they take shots like that, that is very, very impressive. And so with P.J. Robinson, I know I said he was a great shooter. He is coming off of an injury, though, so he shot 1 for 11 last game. But we're not too worried about that yet. He might just be getting back into his kind of flow state since, again, he is coming off of a leg injury.
Yeah, he had a leg injury, stopped him from playing all of last year and restricted his training. Even this summer, he was still recovering.
Yeah, and so before the game, actually I had an interview with Ethan Laie. So something different that we haven't seen from last year, we haven't seen for a while in Streetsboro basketball, is that Ethan, he's the point guard on offense, but he switches over to the center on defense. So he really can guard 1 through 5. And when I interviewed before the game, I asked him, how do you feel about that? And he said it's smooth like butter almost.
Yeah.
That's what he did his freshman year, so he's not inexperienced with the center. And he actually told me he feels more comfortable at the center.
I can actually touch on this, as I played with him his freshman year. My last season of basketball was with Ethan Laie here, his freshman year. And, well, he really did do well as the point guard and then transitioning to center on defense. He's a very well-rounded player, so you don't have to worry about him, especially with the speed he has. That's the thing is, when you think of a center, you think of a big slow guy, and that's not Ethan at all. Okay, he's fast, he's agile, and he really gets things done.
Absolutely. And another thing I asked him about is the sixth man. The sixth man spot is still wide open for Streetsboro. Last year he was the sixth man, so he would know something about it. Yeah. And so right now, for the most part, it is Adrian Monroe. But Dallas Morris came off the bench last game, and he had a phenomenal game. He didn't shoot a ton of shots. I think he had maybe only shot 2 shots, or shot 4 shots, made 2. But, those are the type of stuff right there that we look for. It's not the guys that are going to go out and go drop 50 off the bench. It's those guys that are going to come out, be a glue guy, go get some rebounds, go get some steals. And I think Dallas Morris, we could see him develop into, honestly, maybe even a starting player if we keep going.
And even last week, he had 4 points. I believe you touched on that. He had 4 points last week, which put him in the top 5 for the point category last week. We talked about Ryan Roscoe having 19, followed by Janair Cook and Braden Hodge with 5. So that's a 14-point deficit there between first and second place. And then there was a few guys that had 4, followed by 3s and 2s.
Yeah, that's just, when your last guy has 5 points, that we can't do that. That's how you lose games. And, Coventry, they're not seen as a great team. Yeah. But I could tell you they left more hustle out there.
Yeah, and Coventry also, coming off of last season, they lost a lot of talent to transfers. Their big man Reggie transferred out, Alex Minnan transferred out. So I'm excited for that rematch that we'll have later in the season here at Streetsboro.
It better be a good rematch. Yeah, it'd definitely be good, especially 1-point game.
And then speaking of interviews, earlier in the week I got a chance to talk with Coach Marcini. And I asked him a few things. The first thing I asked about was changes from last year. And he said one of the biggest changes we're going to have to make is finding new scorers, because they lost Jack Batten and Preston Laie. Jack Batten averaging 15.2 points per game, And then Preston Laie shooting 46%, and that was the highest average on the team. It was Preston Laie there. So losing that is kind of tough as a team because you're losing a lot of good seniors last year. So coming back from that, and then also another thing Coach Marcini said that they need to find is a new senior leader. Like, I mean, last year they had Jackson Gula to rally the troops and stuff like that. And there's not quite a senior that's stuck out like that this year, so I'm interested to see how that develops throughout the season. And then also I asked him, you know, what can I look forward to seeing today? He said we're gonna see some good pressure defense, hopefully a lot of hustle out of our guys, and then the biggest thing he said is we need smooth transitions for easy buckets. You know, we can't be rocky in our transitions. We need to get up and down the court, transition well, and get those nice fast break layups to get us on the board easily and get up by points.
Absolutely, and I know you talked about, you know, the coach talking about, you know, finding that new scorer. Well, I think they might have found that new scorer.
Yeah.
So before the game, I did talk to Ryan Roscoe. I talked to him for a little bit about what is it like, because he went from JV to varsity, and you know, as of now, he's the best scorer on varsity.
Yeah.
And so I was like, what did you do in the off season? And he said it was very simple. He woke up early. He wasn't sleeping in bed all day. He went to the gym. He worked out. He got stronger. And he didn't shoot many. I think he only shot 2 threes, maybe even 1 3 the whole game. So he's not just shooting threes. He's driving to the paint. When you get strong like that, it helps. You know, he does have the ability to dunk, and he's not extremely tall, so he's very, very athletic.
Yeah.
And I do not believe he went up with any dunks. So
yeah.
You know, actually, I kind of joked with him. I said, you know, a dunk is worth 2 points, a layup's worth 2 points. So you pick your poison.
Yeah.
So he was a good sport. I mean, he very, very humble guy, and that's something I noticed about him too. Is he seemed very, very calm, very, very collected. You know, when I was talking to him, it didn't, even though it was likely his first time, it did not sound like it was his first time.
Yeah.
And that's something that's big, because when you're making that trip to varsity, that's something you need to have already prepared, because the viewership here is a lot higher. We will have a packed stadium.
100%.
And I did talk to him too about, like, what was your practice routine? He said he played a lot of AAU basketball, so he never gave up on basketball even after the season was over. And also him and another player, PJ Robinson, which is now another starter that came up from JV.
Yeah.
They said that they would go take a shooting machine. They would just keep taking shots, working on shot everything.
And also, so I live right around the corner from PJ, and well, I would see PJ and Ryan out on PJ has a nice hoop up in his backyard and half court there, and well, like, I mean, they were out hooping 24/7. It would be dark. They got a spotlight on them so they could play till they're tired, and they would be out there till 11 o'clock at night shooting around, getting on the fundamentals down. So that's something important you want to see there.
And that's the work ethic that we're talking about from some of these hoopers. You know, those guys on JV, they don't all see it as I'm not on varsity. It's I'm getting prepared to be on varsity. And so that's why you look at Marcini. He said last year, all right, we're good. We don't need Roscoe. We don't need PJ. Mm-hmm. And they developed. They got tons of minutes on JV. JV team went undefeated last year.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty impressive. It's probably been a very, very long time since the JV team has gone undefeated, maybe even the first time in school history.
Yeah, and then another thing is, so last season, we're only really seeing 2 returning varsity players, and that is Janier Cook and Ethan Laie. Ethan was like the obvious 6th man, and then Janier would come in a bit later in the game, not quite like when you're taking off the bench, you know what I mean? He was before the bench, but not quite like a 6th man. And so last year, we saw Janier Cook shooting 44% from the field, and Ethan Laie shooting 43%, which is actually the number 2 and number 3 on the team.
Oh, yeah.
Let alone they did have less shots taken than some of the starters. And then also Janier Cook, 3.8 rebounds per game from him last year, 90 on the season. Ethan Laie, 1.7 assists per game, 41 on the season, and Ethan is now our point guard. So that's definitely something unique to look at there. And then also Ethan Laie, 1.8 steals per game, which was 3rd place. But now we'll take a break for the national anthem.
That means to follow the rules, speak and act responsibly, and show courtesy and respect to your fellow fans, your officials, coaches, administrators, and authority figures. And of course, your team and opponents. Let's all remember to respect the game. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Well, they did not turn the speakers down right there.
Yeah, that was.
I apologize for that, guys. That was pretty rough.
They had the national anthem on full volume there.
Oh, and I could tell. So, something's going into the game as tip-off gets underway. Is last game against Coventry, there was a lot of things that went wrong. Yeah. And I know we already did talk about this, but one thing was they had 19 turnovers.
19.
19 missed shots is a lot, but 19 turnovers?
19 turnovers. Like, I mean, and this was during football season, Coach Thompson, his number one thing was whoever wins the turnover battle wins the game. And the same thing applies to basketball is you have to limit turnovers because then you're giving up possessions where if they score and you turn the ball over, then that's just points on the board unanswered. So it's stuff like that you got to really watch and be careful about.
100%, but not everything went bad. 15 offensive rebounds. They only had 10 defensive rebounds.
Yeah, but and I will say, Ryan Roscoe, 6 of those 15 offensive rebounds. So that's another thing to watch for with Ryan is a total of 9 rebounds, 6 offensive, 3 defensive. That's impressive.
Yeah, when he's tall up there and he can get putbacks win games.
Yeah.
100% they win games.
When I was talking to him earlier in the week, I believe he said, I think maybe 4 of his 8 shots were putbacks.
Yeah, and that's how you win games. I mean, that's how you score 19 points.
Yeah.
Right? And then also, it wasn't just the turnovers that were a problem. They had 19 fouls.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No.
But
like, I mean, 2 guys fouling out, 19 fouls. You don't want that on a team.
But on the positive side, with those 19 fouls, you could tell they were reaching.
Yeah.
Because they had 16 steals.
Yeah. And that's a price you pay for being an aggressive team.
Yeah.
But sometimes you gotta eat those fouls to get the ball because 16 steals is also impressive. So almost evening out the turnovers there with 16 steals, 19 turnovers. I'm sure there was a few turnovers in that game, so we may have even won that turnover battle because we had 16 steals. That's impressive from these young men.
Yeah, and you can't take that away from them. And so starting for the Rockets today will be Ryan Roscoe, P.J. Robinson, Janier Cook, Braden Hodge, and Ethan Laie. Coming in for the Spartans today is Jamison Smith, Robert Severin, Josiah Key.
Do we have Josiah Key? Oh,
yeah,
switch the starting
Jace
lineup
Garrison.
on us.
Yeah, they did switch the starting lineup last second, and Jaden Bracken. So, yeah, 3 of the guys that were in the projected starting lineup today are not actually starting, so they must have done some game changes considering they lost the last 2 games.
Yeah. We got Josiah Key out there, and then also, who else did they add?
Jaden Bracken.
Jaden Bracken.
The 6'1 senior guard. And keep in mind, this is a freshman playing center right now. Garrison. He's doing the tip. As he wins the tip, gets it to Bracken. Bracken running the point guard, guarded by Robinson. Robinson passes to Key. Key guarded by Laie. Key gets pressured. As Key dumps it off to Smith. Smith turns around. He is called for a travel. He did make the shot. So if they did foul him, that would have been an and one, but fortunately he did travel.
Yeah.
Rockets possession. And with Ethan Laie running the point guard. Movement from Robinson as he passes it to Robinson. He's guarded by Key. Pass face, he passes it back to Laie, over to Braden Hodge. As Hodge hits it off the shoe of Severin, and it's out of bounds, Rockets ball. And passing in will be Cook. Oh, as Cook waves him off, says, Braden Hodge, you go pass that in. Hodge hits Laie. Laie over to Robinson.
And that's a classic
Robinson
right
hits
there.
Hodge. Hodge thinks about the corner 3, says no, pass to Robinson. Over to Laie. Laie is still running the offense as he gets it back to Robinson, top of the key. Just moving around the offense really well right now up at the 3-point line. Here's Robinson. Robinson, corner 3. It's good. Nothing but net. 1 for 9 from 3 last game. Comes back hot. You could tell he's doing some work. That's hustle right there. As Janier tips the pass out of bounds. That is hustle.
The one thing Coach Marcini and I talked about was hustle from these boys, and you just saw Janier come from almost all the way to the opposite baseline to come tip that pass out of bounds as Springfield calls a timeout here early in the game.
And honestly, I would too. You know, you don't want to get down too far. That was great momentum right there. And, you don't want to use your turnovers your timeouts too early. Yeah. But I 100% agree with what Springfield did right there. I think that was very smart.
Yeah. That was a good time out there. Kind of collect yourself there. Because the Rockets like to come out hot, and that's the thing is, like, it's almost like a shark attack there. The other teams aren't ready for it. So, that timeout is well used.
Yeah, and no substitutions from either team. Again, Garrison is 6'4" freshman, so he's probably still growing.
Yeah.
And so taking it up will be Smith. Smith guarded by Braden Hodge. Hodge, not a very tall stature. As a foul is called on the offense, and it'll be going back for the way of the Rockets. And not a great start here for Springfield. As Laie calls out PJ. He says, PJ, get over.
Yeah.
That's a command that we saw it last year, and we're even seeing it more this year.
Yeah, we have been seeing a lot more, and I hope to see more of it. Maybe he's filling that role Coach Marcini was talking about.
As Janier pass fakes and drives, he tries to pass it out into the corner to Hodge, but it is stolen by Josiah Key. That was a heads-up steal because Braden Hodge is one of the best three-point shooters we've seen in a very long time. So if you hit him open in that in that corner.
Yeah, it's P.J. Robinson.
Go get back on defense. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, P.J. Robinson picks up his first foul there.
And so the ball is passed into Smith, guarded by Laie. Looks like Laie moved back up to the point guard for the start of the game. Wonder if he'll go back to the center later. As he switches on to Severin. Severin, one of the other team's best players. Severin passes it to Smith. Smith hits it off the back of his own shoe and hits it out of bounds. A great start for the Rockets so far. 6 minutes, 19 seconds left in the first quarter. Rockets are up 3-0. And taking it up will be Ethan Laie. Laie swings it to Hodge. Hodge over to Robinson. Robinson to Hodge. Hodge pulls a contested three. It was no good. Rebounded by Smith. Smith takes it up. Passes it over to Bracken. As Bracken dribbles it out of bounds, but he is fouled by Braden Hodge.
Yeah. And that'll be Hodge's first of the game. Bringing up the Rockets' foul total this quarter to 2.
Not good. Not good at all. That's something that we did talk about prior to the game. 19 fouls last game. So that means they got in the bonus in every quarter probably.
Yeah. Nearly every quarter, yeah. That's just shy of 5 per quarter.
But as Janier gets a steal, it gets tipped into Ryan's hands. Ryan hits PJ. PJ pump fakes, goes up with it. And one! Bang 'em! That's how you do it.
Yeah, Robinson starting out a lot hotter this game. Already up to 5 points. He has all the Rockets' points. And he's going to the line to go for 6. So he's already doing better than yesterday the other night when he finished with 3 points.
Well, it's that injuries kill. And that's one of the things right now I think he saw last game. And he said, you know what, I'm unfazed by it. We're just going to come out and be better. As he sinks the free throw. Incredible. And the pass was from Roscoe. And that right there is the chemistry you get when you got two guys working their way up the farm system alone. Mm-hmm. And as taking it up will be Smith. Smith double-teamed. Running a full court press now. It's a light double team. As Robinson almost gets a steal, gets back into Smith's hands. Smith, a pull-up jumper off the bank, no good. Almost rebounded by Garrison, but he tips it into PJ's hands. PJ hits it up to Laie. Laie down to Roscoe. Roscoe drives. Thinks about going up, hits Janier. Janier for PJ. PJ, corner 3.
Bang! Come on.
Kills him.
And that 1 for 11 did not phase him the other night. He's already back draining the threes.
9-0 run just from Robinson alone. Unbelievable. As Roscoe tips a pass to Key out of bounds. Unbelievable, Trevor.
Yeah. PJ is playing out of his mind right now. 9 points already. The only scorer for the Rockets and the only scorer in the game.
This is the type of defense we look for. As Smith takes it up, guarded by Hodge. Smith passes it over to Bracken. Bracken step backs, passes it back to Smith. As Smith hits Key up at the top. Key now guarded by Ethan Laie. Similar height matchup. Ethan gets this open steal. Ethan goes up. Pump fakes up. Now that is fundamental basketball.
That is a jump stop pump fake. That's what coaches want to see.
Absolutely. That is why his stats don't say what he does on this court.
Yeah.
That's a great steal.
Hey! P.J. Robinson tackled there as he was going for a steal.
And that's tough physical basketball. I'm sure. It was quite dirty, but I'm sure none of those players meant to get into that dirty position.
Yeah, it looked like they were both reaching for the ball, and the kid missed, grabbed PJ on accident. But he's walking around fine. He looks okay. And Dallas Morris coming in for P.J. Robinson, so that answers our six-man question there. Coming off the bench pretty early into this game.
Yeah, and actually subbing in too was Lanham for Springfield and Baldridge.
Yeah, it looks like we will get a foul here on Janier Cook. Will be his first of the game, or his second. Sorry, pardon me, first. Team's fourth. So Rockets are nearing to putting the Spartans in bonus here in this game.
Well, Cook has always been a hacker. You know, he's never been afraid to get a couple fouls. And honestly, you need a guy like that on the team. Never be afraid.
Yeah.
And so bringing up is Baldridge. Baldridge swings it to Lanham. Ethan tips it, but he gets it back. Over to Key. He looks like he's running the primary point guard today along with Smith. Gives it over to Lanham. Lanham hits it over to Baldridge. Baldridge dives and tries to make a pass as Ethan easily steals it. Ethan to Morris. Morris with the deep short corner shot. It is no good. Good attempt, though, honestly. Not a bad attempt at all.
Yeah.
So taking up will be Lanham. Lanham hits Severin as Roscoe falls trying to defend him. Severin goes up with an easy layup but misses it. Fortunately, they got a 6'4" guy with Garrison getting the rebound. And after a series of shots, it gets back into the hands of Baldridge as he misses the shot, goes out of bounds. Rockets ball. That was dirty.
And that was some good play there by both teams, though. Like, I mean, these guys are really hustling around.
And so coming out now will be Janier for Chris Grable. Chris Grable, he's not super tall. He's very, very large, though.
Yeah.
Not fat, just he's a big guy.
He's not tall, but he knows how to be a big man.
And so as Laie takes it up, gives it over to Morris. Morris hits Hodge. After a series of passes, it gets back to Laie. Laie hop step over to Roscoe. Roscoe puts it up. And see, that height right there is what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Because that layup right there, it was near uncontestable.
Yeah, and like, I mean, did you see he was pretty much kissing the rim as he was up for that layup right there.
And that's the type of stuff we need to look for.
Yeah.
And so taking up will be Key. As Laie pressures him and forces them into a travel.
Yeah.
And see, that right there, it's not a steal, but it's about as close as you're going to get to one. Great heads-up play by Laie there.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a great heads-up play there, forcing the travel.
As Hodge takes it down. Grable passes out to Hodge. Hodge gets ripped for a steal. Morris tries to get it back, but it'll end up in the hands of Lanham. Lanham swings it over to Key. Key by the logo, heavily guarded by Laie. Laie, open court steal, goes up with the layup, left-handed. Two steals in the open court. That's how you win ball games, my friend. And so Key will get the pass in. As Laie is called for a foul. Yeah, you know what? You might criticize Ethan Laie for getting that foul there. So I keep thinking about last year when Preston was still on the team.
I know. That's a tough habit to break. But yeah, we got to Laie there. I don't even know if I would criticize that foul there, but that does put them into bonus, so they are shooting. Springfield Spartans now, any more fouls in the first quarter, they'll be going to the line shooting 2.
But the way I see it is they're up 15-0 right now.
Yeah.
And if they're not hacking them like this, you don't know if they're going to be up 15-0.
Yeah.
It's those fouls that keep them in the game. And 19 fouls that they had last game, it is absurd. I mean, let's not sugarcoat it. It is absurd.
Yeah.
But sometimes you got to wonder, is Coach Marcini onto something?
Yeah. But also, like, I mean, we're already at 5 fouls, 6 minutes into the game here.
That's a lot. Yeah, that is a lot. As Roscoe and Hodge are subbed out, coming back into the game will be Cook, and then Adrian Monroe, the other 6th man that will be battling out with Morris, comes back into the game. Coming back into the game will be the point guard, Smith, over for the Spartans, taking out Key. And I saw Key was running the other point guard, so it looks like those two are going to be on and off for each other the whole game.
Yeah, and the Spartans down at 2-3 right now with that big man in the middle.
And Laie passes it out to Morris. Morris hits it back to Laie. Grable backing up for Ethan Laie for corner 3. Bags it! Ethan Laie in one of the coldest three-point streaks I have ever seen last season. Hits that 3 as he waves to me because he knows I criticized him. I am so proud of Laie. Laie hits it to Smith. Smith passes it over to Severin. Severin guarded by Laie. Laie hits it to Smith. Smith. Stuck as the dribble. Severin gets it. Severin, a big man, drives in down low. Fadeaway mid-range, no good, but not a horrible shot. As Janier Cook gets a sweet rebound as he gives it up to Morris. Morris running the offense. Dribbles it over to Laie. Laie hits it back to Morris. Morris, top of the key, 3. It is good. This team is lights out.
And this is not the team that we saw play the Coventry Commons the other night. This is incredible. They're hitting their shots. They're playing their game. And maybe it was just, first game of the season jitters that they were dealing with, but they're absolutely crushing it from the three-point tonight.
Oh, it is ridiculous. 21-1 right now with about a minute left in the first quarter. And let's keep in mind, guys, this is a huge topic of conversation. Ethan's sophomore year, he played a little bit of varsity. He had 8 threes in limited minutes.
Completely.
Last year, he was the 6th man and played a majority of the games and got starter minutes.
Yeah.
And he went 1 for 14 from 3.
One of the worst three-point outings I've ever seen from a season from an athlete.
And the thing I always told him, I would go, Ethan, what is going on? And
yeah.
I think that point right there, that shows me. And he would always say the same thing to me. He goes, I'm a good shooter. They're just not falling.
Yeah.
And that's the type of confidence I like to see. That 3 right there, that was special. Because it's so much more than just 3 points. It's I'm coming off my streak hot. Now he's telling us this year, well, we're going to start killing him.
And one thing I want to point out real quick, great showing for the Springfield Spartans. A little bit of a hike to get here, and their crowd's showing up.
Oh, yeah.
And it's about a 30-minute drive for the Spartans to come here, so I love to see it. I always talk about the crowd here, and, well, they're showing up.
Yeah, student. Honestly, they have maybe similar to what we have here.
No.
In terms of students.
Yeah, possibly. We got a decent student section over there, looking down the line.
Well, some of those are JV players. They have to be here.
Nah.
And so passing it in from our own goal line will be Adrian Monroe. As he hits it to Cook. Cook past the line. Monroe, corner 3. Hits a very high arc. Really very, very solid shot. Chris Gribble gets on the ground for it. Monroe hits it out to Cook. Cook drives. Thinks about going up on Garrison. Ethan back in the corner. Ethan drives it out over to Cook. Cook's hit Morris. Morris 4-3. It is good.
It's another one for Dallas Morris. That's 6 points from him coming off the bench.
Passes into the center, Garrison. Only guy big enough to actually hold his ground against the Rockets right now. Bringing up is Lanham now, as Lanham is fouled by Morris. Morris is a quick guy.
Yeah.
I like it.
And we do have some substitutions coming in here for the Rockets after, I believe, another foul. So that'll be the Rockets' 6th foul. That'll be the Rockets' 6th foul this quarter. Once again, you don't want to see that yet, but coming in, we are going to have some subs here. Gramir Chima and Manny Gibson subbing in for the Rockets.
And so Manny Gibson, not a hugely skilled player, but he is an athlete, let me tell you.
Lanham's first foul shot does not fall. Subbing out Ethan Laie and Chris Grable there, giving them a little bit of a breather.
And then Gramir Chima, he's a little bit taller, so they're going to match him up against Garrison. Very, very lights-out shooter, and that's kind of what he does. He goes and plays. He sits in the corner, waits for his opportunity, and hits threes.
Yeah.
As after a series pass, he gets to Cook down in the paint. Passes to Morris. Morris drives, hop step, kicks out a crazy pass. And a series, it gets to Chima. Chima from up top bangs a 3. There you go, Chima.
Yeah, but we do have a Spartan down here injured. It looks like he's clutching that left knee. Not something you want to see.
He is standing on it, though.
Yeah, he is putting pressure on it, which is good. But when there was that contact, I don't know if I was hearing contact or something. Stacy is excellent, our athletic trainer here at Streetsboro, so I'll probably check in with her at halftime, as we do not have Arthur tonight.
Yeah. Looks like he's walking, doing a little bit out.
He's bending it, moving it around, so maybe just got tangled up a little bit.
Yeah, and it's tough. It is tough, playing basketball out there. I think he might have gone knee to knee.
Yeah, and that's not a fun one.
As taking up will be Smith. Smith hits it over to Bracken. Bracken swings it around to Keller. As Keller hits it back to Smith. Smith guarded by Morris. Very, very speedy guy. Hits it over to Bracken. As Bracken puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Monroe. Monroe for the Rockets, bringing it back. Hits it over to Gibson. Gibson pump fakes. Hits it over to Chima. Chima misses the easy layup. But let me tell you, an easy layup on a tall defender, 6'4" for Garrison, sometimes they're not easy. They bring that intimidation to the paint. As bringing it up will be Bracken, guarded by Gibson.
Kicked out of bounds by the Spartans. We have 26 seconds left in the first quarter.
And so bringing up will be Morris. I don't hate Morris in a backup point guard position as he swings it over to Monroe. Monroe hits Chima. Chima swings it over to Morris. Morris over to, after a series it gets back to Morris. It's Monroe back to, running offense to Morris. It's just a bunch of passes over to Morris. Short corner from Monroe, puts it in. I love the short corner, Trevor. And I'm going to tell you every day of the week, I love the short corner. After a half-court heave, pretty close.
Yeah, a little bit close there from the half court from who was that there? Smith. There we go. I lost it for a second. But pretty good first quarter of basketball for the Rockets. 2 points, both coming from foul shots on the side of the Spartans. And, well, one thing you want to talk about is we're at 6 fouls the first quarter, putting Spartans in bonus there. Well, are we giving up points on the board? Because they don't have anything scored. They only have points off of foul shots.
But I think then we got to ask the question to each other. If they're not fouling like this and they're not playing physical defense, well, what do we do then? You know, how many points do they have? Maybe this is a lot more competitive game if they're not getting these fouls.
Yeah. Well, like, I mean, but even when we're talking, it's not even shooting fouls that they're getting these off of. It is coming from just the bonus fouls. Like, there was one shooting foul. Both free throws were missed, I believe. And all these points are just coming from straight up bonus.
Yeah,
and that's one thing you're going to have to look at when we're talking about the fouls. Yeah, it helps. But also, are we just putting points on the board for the other team with it?
Well, that's very true, because something that I think we both need to think about here is, well, Springfield, they're not a super, super strong team, but in the coming weeks we'll be seeing some stronger teams.
Yeah, and that's very true. That's something to look at. Like, I mean, not every team 30 points in the first quarter.
And so coming back out for the second quarter will be the whole starting lineup for the Rockets as Laie takes it up. Laie swings it over to PJ, back up to Laie. Laie guarded by Bracken as he drives, hits Roscoe. Roscoe goes up, tries to yam it on him as he is fouled. Looks
right
hurt and more upset than anything.
Yeah, I think he's upset. He looks all right, though. Springfield checked on him. It was Jaden Bracken was the one who fouled there. And actually, they're calling an offensive foul. I believe that charge, possibly?
Possibly, because that was, although it would have been sweet, that was a very dangerous play.
Yeah.
And for his sake, I hope he doesn't keep that up the whole season. As he tries to go get he gets a steal, gets it back to Janier Cook. Cook swings it over to Laie. Laie spins around, hits Big Hodge, top of the three. Janier tries to work his defender. Laie puts up with a little floater, no good, gets his own rebound. Roscoe drives, kicks it out to Cook. Cook drives in, back to Roscoe. Roscoe to Hodge. Hodge, corner three.
Bang! Come on!
There we go.
That's what I'm talking about. Hodge getting into it now. That's his points on the board.
And we've said it. You leave him open in that corner, get back on defense. That's all you can do, because he is going to make it. As bringing it up will be Baldridge for the Spartans. Swings it over to Keller. Keller back to Baldridge. Baldridge goes up, gets fouled.
That'll be Ethan Laie's second foul here.
Needs to be careful. Fouled out last game.
He did foul out last game, and already at 2 of 5 before we're even halfway through the second quarter, so he's got to be careful there. And I do see Morris coming up off the bench, so he might be coming in for Ethan Laie here in a second.
And honestly, I don't disagree with that, because although Laie is having a very, very strong start so far, as Baldridge sinks his first, you need to make sure Laie stays in the game.
Yeah, completely.
And sometimes the best way to keep him in the game
is to take him out.
You get it. You get it. And coming in for him is Morris, that sixth man. Baldridge sinks the second. Hey, I always think the second one's most important. You stop a fast break from happening. As Janier on a fast break lights factions, gets behind a defender and gets up an easy uncontested layup. Happened so quick I didn't even know it was happening. And so Keller takes it in, but it immediately passes it back to Bracken. Back to Keller. As Roscoe gets the lurking steal. Roscoe drives, goes up, puts up a very good
and one,
baby. Look at that from Roscoe. Now he's mad from that last one. He says, Bracken, I went up on you last time. You could take the foul. I'm going back up again.
Well, I mean, look at the way he flies through the air when he does that. Like, I mean, he is so incredibly high up in the air making those acrobatic layups that it is impressive coming from him.
Well, the thing that shocks me more than anything is it's controlled. As he sinks his free throw, one of the more important parts. As a timeout is called on the Spartans.
Timeout Springfield. The one thing I want to look at, okay, so we have at least 4 or 5 steals coming from the Rockets. Like, they are crushing it over there. 37 points. Roscoe just extending that lead to 33. So, yeah, very impressive there for the Rockets. Great half so far, and we still got 6 minutes to play left in the half.
Yes, and the thing I want to talk about is starting the game. PJ, he went 9-0 and hasn't even taken a shot since.
Yeah.
And some people may be concerned, well, is he hurt? Is he, anything like that? It's called unselfish basketball.
Yeah.
He understands, I had the hot hand in the beginning. Well, if they're going to go double team me now, what does that mean? Somebody's open.
Get the ball, yeah.
And so he's going to continue to spin the rock. This is a very, very unselfish team. Roscoe scoring 19 points. It's incredible to me because I'm looking out here now. I was thinking he's just going to, as soon as he gets the ball, take the shots. But he is moving the rock around.
Yeah.
He's not unselfish. It's just opportunities come. And sometimes you do need somebody to step up. And him stepping up last game, almost winning the game for him.
100%.
I mean, that's the type of offense I love to see. And so coming back out will be the same rotation, all the starters without Laie. As they do a cheeky pass down.
Cherry pick, but he misses the layup.
Can't do that. We'll be talking about that in the film after this as Cook fakes up, spins around, hits Morris. Morris looks like he's going to be running the backup point guard this year. He's done a very well job so far. Backs down his defender as he hits Roscoe. Roscoe packs it out to Hodge. Hodge with a deep 3. It is good. Nothing but net.
Man.
He is on fire right now. That was behind the line by a mile. As Hodge will pick up Mason as they quickly pass it over to Key. Key drives in, still guarded by Hodge, hitting the double. Swings it over to Mason. Mason, little Euro step, goes up for it. As it airballs, it comes down by Baldridge. Keller drives in, puts up the layup, misses again. This kid can't hit a layup to save his life. That's the second one now. As Roscoe goes up, hop step, goes up, misses the layup, rebounded by Morris.
Looks like you're going to get a over-the-back call on Morris there. He went up to get that rebound, reached over a little bit.
See, I hate over-the-back fouls, but they're necessary to keep our players safe.
Yeah,
at the end of the day, it's okay.
It's a tough one, but the biggest thing is you don't want anyone getting hurt. Okay, it's high school, it's OHSAA basketball. You don't want someone ending their career here because of a stupid foul. So you just got to be careful with that.
And it's 40-4 with 5 minutes left in the second quarter. We don't need anybody getting hurt.
Yeah. Actually,
and so Key has taken it up. Switched onto by Monroe. Key drives, gets stolen by Monroe. Monroe gets his own steal, swings it over to Robinson. Robinson tries to hit Roscoe, but ends up getting stolen by Keller. I don't hate the pass there, though. It just wasn't how we planned on it going. Pass to Baldridge in the corner, puts up the floater. Taps on the rim, no good. Rebounded by Monroe. Monroe swings it to Robinson. Robinson to Hodge. Hodge thinks about it, decides no. Robinson goes up, pump fakes, up, misses the layup. Looks like there was a bit of contact there. Don't believe it was a foul.
No.
But it was a good shot. It's stolen again by Monroe. It's tipped into Mason's hands. Swings it over to Bracken. Bracken heavily guarded. Goes from Key to Baldridge. Baldridge fakes a pass and drives for the layup. It is no good, though. Gets his own rebound as Hodge goes for the steal.
And the one thing I'd love to point out here real quick, coming in for the Spartans, is Smith and Severin. But the one thing I want to point out, Rockets running a 2-3. I love a 2-3 defense. You know me. But the one thing I do want to say is right there, he drove into the 2-3. We got to have two guys crashing on that, not letting him get to the board so easily.
As he passes it into Bracken. Bracken misses the layup. This team cannot hit layups. Not looking good for him. Monroe brings it up to Cook. Cook into Robinson. Robinson drives. Kicks out to Grable. Grable for the corner 3. Off the rim. It is an offensive rebound. After a series of passes, it gets over to Cook. Cook swings it over to Robinson. Robinson puts it up, but as Smith is down holding his knee. Smith still on the ground. Looks like he's trying to get up. Our athletic trainer, Stacy's helping him. He is able to put pressure on it as he walks back to the bench.
And the one thing I want to point out right now, Rockets up by 36 points. After halftime, if you're up by 35 points or more, it is a running clock in high school basketball. I believe that's new this year. So besides timeouts, I believe the clock does not stop. After shots, foul shots, the clock will still run through all that. So that's in an attempt to speed up the game times here.
Well, at the end of the day, it's not, they're not trying to cheat people out of their tickets here. It's injury management.
Yeah.
It's something you need to have. So as Monroe takes it up, Monroe hits it over to Cook. Cook swings it over onto Grable. Grable hits Robinson. Robinson, top of the key, gives it over to Hodge. Hodge to Grable. Great passing here. Phenomenal passing so far. As Monroe drives, hits it over to Hodge. Hodge for his third three. Off the front of the rim. I wouldn't even worry about it. Just keep hot, keep locked in, get back on defense. As taking up will be Lanham. Lanham drives on Monroe. Monroe goes for the steal, and it will be a jump ball.
Yeah, jump ball. And I will say, we saw Dallas Morris come off the bench as a sixth man tonight, but that might be switching because Monroe has had some great hustle in this game. I saw him diving for some balls earlier, now fighting for that jump. So, it's going to be a good competition between those two all year for that six-man spot and maybe even working into a starter.
100%. And to iterate, a jump ball in high school is not an actual jump ball. It just goes every other on who gets it.
Yeah.
It's just passed into Keller. Keller guarded by Grable. A little bit of a mismatch as Grable is much, much larger. In the hands of Mason right now as he drives. Goes up with a floater. It is good. You need guys that can make shots like that.
Yeah. No,
that's how you win games. So bringing up is Monroe. Monroe hits it over to Hodge. Hodge drives. Thinks about going up. Tries to pass it to Cook. Just maybe a little bit of a miscommunication there as it is out of bounds. Going the way of Springfield.
Yeah. That was just, that's something where you're trying to make a good pass, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. It looks really good when you do it, but when you don't, it looks really bad.
Yeah, it's not a testament to his player. He loves to swing the rock.
Yeah.
He's not selfish whatsoever. It's just not the pass he was looking for.
Yeah.
As bringing up is Mason. Mason swings on over to Bracken. Bracken tries to drive on Monroe as he hits Lanham in the corner. Lanham puts it up. Nothing but net on the very high arc. Looks like they're starting to get a little bit of a rally going here. As Hodge takes it up. Hodge swings it over Monroe. Monroe to the Cook in the corner. Cook back to Grable as Grable hits Cook down low. Cook goes up with the layup. Knocks it in off the bank. And so bringing it up will be Mason for the Springfield Spartans. Passes it over to Lanham. Lanham guarded by Hodge. Hodge bumps him. Passes it over to Bracken. Wide open in the corner. Puts it up. Doesn't even jump. But it is no good. Rebounded by Hodge. Little man getting those rebounds. You got to appreciate that. He's passed it over to... after it gets to Grable as he puts it up a nice little layup. And so bringing it up for the Spartans is Mason. Mason drives on Hodge, swings it out to Keller. Keller hits Severin. Severin over to Bracken. Bracken pulls up for three. It is good.
Wow. What a strange form jumper there.
Yeah. He's tall. He can contest it. It's okay. So taking up will be Monroe. Swings it over to Grable. Grable drives. Goes up with a contested layup. And one, baby!
And one for the Ginger Giant right there, Chris Grable. Getting himself 4 points tonight, going for a chance at a fifth point right now.
And Grable, incredible role player model that he stepped into.
Yeah.
He's one of the better players on JV, and now he doesn't take as many shots. He swings the rock. He does great things.
Yeah. And the one thing I want to point out, when I was talking to Coach Marsani, he also mentioned how there was a lack of communication on defense for the Rockets. And I just saw it there that last possession. Jahir Cook yelling, communicating with his teammates. That was good as Grable sinks his free throw to bring him up to 5. The Rockets up to 47.
And so coming back into the game will be Chima. Hit that big three earlier in the game. As Mason drives, swings it to Bracken. Bracken goes for a deep three, rebounded by Grable. Looks like he was kind of looking for a little bit of a heat check there. Doesn't work out. Grable unselfishly passes it over to Monroe. Monroe thinks about pulling it, decides not to. Chima for three. He
Bang!
hits it. That's
Premier
a big
Chima.
man right there.
6'3" banging threes. That's the second one of the night.
Chima is so calm and collected this year. That's the mentality we're looking for from the Rockets. And you can see him talking right now. He's talking on defense as the ball gets to Bracken. Bracken, 4-3 again, as he hits it too. We're looking like it's the Warriors and Celtics out there. These guys are just exchanging threes.
As 35 seconds remain in the second quarter. Man, I just had a stroke saying that.
Monroe has the ball guarded by Severin. Hits it to Chima. Chima is not going to take it. He's very, very unselfish. After a series of passes, it gets to Hodge. Hits it to Gibson. Gibson to Chima. Chima, great pass down low to Gibson. Gibson, pump fake, goes up as he is fouled. Heads up play by Gibson, not just putting it up and trying to draw the foul.
Yeah, way to fight through that contact, pull a foul, take a few bumps and bruises.
And this has been just an absolute great game so far.
Yeah, and that foul will fall on Bryson Lanham. That'll be his second of the game. Manny Gibson's going to the line. He is looking, I believe, he's looking for his first points of the game here. He is.
Yeah. And longer free throw for him as he sinks the first one.
Hey, that was a nice looking free throw.
Yeah, I mean, he takes his time, but you can see how he takes his time.
100%.
So he gets ready for the second one. Still dribbling. Puts it up. Beautiful arc as he sinks the second. That's something that's underappreciated. I mean, if you could go get fouled like that, I'd have an appreciation for that.
Yeah.
This Keller guarded by Hodge. As Hodge goes for the steal. Hodge gets the steal. Thinks about going up. Passes up to the bigger man. Back to Hodge. Hodge goes up the layup. No good. Gets his own board and misses the layup. Unfortunate.
That'll bring us into the end of the second quarter there. As heading into half, Rockets lead by 37, so we will be starting the second half with a running clock. We'll see if that maintains. I believe once you get the 35-point mark, if you swing below 30, it'll stop it, and then resume when you get back to 35.
Yeah, and can we talk about what's been going on from the three-point line so far?
Yeah. Incredible work by the Rockets from the three-point line. They are crushing it. Looking here, Hodge, 2 for 4. PJ, 2 for 2. Dallas Morris, 2 for 2. Ethan Laie, 2 for 2. Chima, I believe he's 2 for 3. 2 for 2. There we go. He didn't even take a third shot. So that's just incredible there. They're shooting the lights out tonight. And I look forward to seeing more of that in the second half.
Well, that shows the depth. You can't go sit all your guys in the paint because we got guys that are going to shoot threes. Now, we have hit a lot of threes. We've hit more in the paint, and it tells.
Yeah.
You can hit more in the paint if everybody has to guard up at the three-point line.
Yeah. I completely understand that. But now we're going to take a short little break. We'll talk a bit more about that first half when we're returning from halftime. So we'll see you guys in about 7.5.
Yep, 7.5
minutes. 7 minutes. We'll see. We'll see.
We'll say 7 minutes.
Yeah. All right. Now we will be right back.
Participating in the Community Christmas 50/50 raffle. Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna draw our winner. That's not the winner. It just fell out of the thing. Okay, here we go. Thank you for the drum roll. All right, our winner is not that one.
your attention, please. As we begin the second half, with a point differential of 35 points for OHSAA elimination, we'll begin the second half with a running clock. As the point differential falls below 30, we will resume normal clock operations.
Welcome back from halftime, everybody. The score is currently 52-15 Rockets. Looking great so far. Today's game is brought to you by Giannino's Pizza on State Route 303 in the Streetsboro Plaza. Giannino's offers pizza, chicken, and JoJo's, along with hot Italian subs. Have Giannino's cater your next party or event. Call Giannino's at 330-626-4700. That's 330-626-4700. And guys, we are looking solid so far. Trevor will be back in just a moment. He's just confirming some stats with some people. And I actually went down and talked to Bob Long for a little bit. So it is going to be a running clock once we get to 35 points and above. And then once it gets down all the way to 29 points, then it'll go back to normal. But then all you have to do is get back to above 30 or back to 29, and it will be a running clock. So this game should start pacing pretty quickly.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back.
Yeah, is all the stats good?
All the stats are good. I had to go double check myself.
As Laie gets the inbound. Laie passes it to Cook. Cook goes up with it. Misses it. It is rebounded by Lanham. Lanham, not a starter of the game as he comes in. Passes it to Keller. Keller gets afraid of the ball and he falls with it. Still dribbling it somehow. As he presses it right to P.J. Robinson of our own. Laie pump fakes, goes up. It is good. Laie super efficient from the game so far. That's the type of stuff we look for.
And that'll bring Laie up to. Do not have that.
Should be a 6 point.
I believe that's 7 for him tonight.
Oh yeah, because he banged that three.
Yeah.
It's so unusual hearing about Ethan banging threes. As he gets the steal, speak of the devil. Laie drives on Lanham. Goes up contested. He gets fouled. Almost made it too. Laie looking solid tonight.
Yeah, that's actually 9 points for Laie, 3 steals, so great stats for him right now.
Laie is playing his heart out right now.
Yeah.
And you can definitely tell.
Ethan Laie at the line now. Shooting foul on, I believe it was on Lanham, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
That'll be Lanham's first for the game.
And he misses the second. That was rough.
You can't be missing free throws.
It's rough missing both of them.
Yeah.
And so bringing up will be Keller for the Spartans. Spartans guarded by Hodge. Hodge is screened by Lanham. Swings it down to, that was to Reisinger where he missed a shot. Now bringing it up will be Cook. Cook hits Laie. Laie slowing down the offense, walking him around, communicating to his players. Get the screen to Hodge. Hodge, top of the key, 4-3. Bang. Unbelievable.
Another one for Hodge. He is crushing it. That's brings him up to 3 for 5, so now he's shooting over 50% from the three-point line.
He went 1 for 9 last game.
On
That is a
the
turnaround.
Game. Yeah, that's a
Unbelievable
turnaround. Same with Robinson.
Yeah, that right there, I'm telling you right now, they were practicing the three-point shot in practice this week.
100%.
And so currently with the ball is Mason guarded by Robinson. Goes up with a floater, deep floater. And Laie, not stat padding, as the ball it was going out of bounds. He does not grab the rebound, he just lets it go. That's the unselfish basketball I was talking about earlier.
Is it really a rebound if they shoot it at the air like that?
Yeah.
Or was it a steal?
It's a rebound because it was a shot.
Yeah, it's a shot.
He passes it to Hodge. Hodge with a deep three.
That thing barely even touched the net.
Shot it from Timbuktu. Unbelievable from Hodge. As Hodge picks up Mason. Stolen by Laie. The lurking steal goes up with the layup. Laie, 3 fast break layups. Unbelievable. Ridiculous from Laie.
Yeah, that's a great work by Laie.
So bringing it up will be Mason. Mason spins off Hodge. As Hodge gets the poke steal into Roscoe's hands. Roscoe hits it to Robinson. Little contested as it gets into Bracken's hands. Bracken drives, goes up uncontested. Just a miscommunication on defense. Bracken gets called. He kind of just pushed the ball away, and the ref told him. He said, "Don't do that."
And the Rockets are going to do a 5-man sub. So coming in, Dallas Morris, Adrian Monroe, Gurmir Chima, Chris the Ginger Giant Grable, and then Manny Gibson for the Rockets. So the Rockets doing a complete 100% sub here as they are leading by 55 points. 4 minutes left in the third quarter.
And to make it clear, these are not our deep bench yet. These are just some of our backups.
Yeah.
So Morris currently being guarded by Baldridge. Morris drives behind the back. That was pretty smooth.
Yeah.
Still driving. Hits Monroe in the corner. Uncontested.
No good.
Just off, but not a poor shot. As Morris gets called for the foul on Baldridge. Again, that's that aggressive defense we were talking about.
That'll be Morris's 3rd foul of the game. So he's getting pretty close to foul trouble here as we still got a quarter and a half left.
Well, fortunately, the one thing I will say about the Rockets this year is they have more depth than last year.
Yeah.
Now, the Stars last year might have shined brighter with Batten and Gula and everybody, but is Ginger Giant goes up for a huge block, slightly misses it, is rebounded by Chima. Chima hits it over to Monroe. Monroe currently guarded by Baldridge. Monroe drives, Euro step, tries to pass it to Morris as he's called for a travel. That's tough. It was more of a trip than an actual
and that's a tough
travel.
one.
I mean, it's tough. And honestly, when you're a fast guy like that, that's going to happen. That's basketball. It's just basketball. That's not a dirty turnover, in my opinion. It's just him playing fast play, catching up to him.
Yeah.
And so taking up for the Spartans will be Baldridge. Baldridge guarded by Morris. Swings it down to Keller. Keller rocking the Kobe Grinches. Pass it to Lanham. Lanham over to Baldridge. Baldridge goes up. He is pickpocket stealed by Grable. As Morris tries to get the ball, slips out of his hands, and it will be going back into the Spartans' possession.
Yeah.
That's tough. You know, that's one of those plays where he's going to think about that for a while. But he's still young. He's still got time to learn. I'm not even worried about that whatsoever. Rockets are in good hands. As Morris still on defense guarding Keller. Keller losing the ball. Morris getting aggressive on him. Morris drives, gets the steal, and that's why Morris is aggressive. Goes up, contested layup on Bracken. It is good. That is what we do right there. He doesn't back down even after making a play like that. You know, I've always had a saying, make a bad play on defense, go make a play on offense, or vice versa, and that's what he just did. So now with the ball is Keller. Keller swings it over to Lanham. Lanham attempted to pass it to Reisinger, but he passes it into the stands.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's also a tough pass to make. He's almost completely across the court to make that pass.
Oh, no, not an testament to his player by any means.
Yeah, I love to point that out sometimes. You know, sometimes it's not a bad pass. It's just a tough pass.
Yeah, it's not going to be converted every time. As Morris takes up the ball, gives it to Gibson. Gibson drives on 3, puts it up. As he volleyballs his own rebound out to Morris. Morris swings it to Monroe to Chima. Chima contested 3 deep. It hits the net all right. Unfortunately, the bottom is it's near an air ball.
It may have gotten a piece of the rim.
You know what? You can't be afraid to shoot it, so that's okay. Bracken pulls up from 3 as he drains it. Bracken, an odd shooting form, doesn't even jump. Almost kind of looks like Tyrese Halliburton, but it's working for him. So Morris, pull up 3. No good. Not the heat check we're looking for.
Yeah, rebounded by Reisinger. Now in the hands of Lanham.
And so Lanham takes it up. Lanham swinging to Bracken. Bracken, corner 3. Barely misses it as it's rebounded by Chima. Chima, smart play, not immediately dribbling as they try to lurk him as he holds on to it. Monroe drives. Passed it over to Gibson.
And it was tipped out of bounds there by Reisinger of the Spartans, so it is going to remain the Rockets' possession as we hit the end of the third quarter. Heading into the fourth, Rockets lead by 44 points with 8 minutes of game left to play.
So, Trevor, let me ask you a question. They're currently up by 44 points.
Yeah.
And there's only a quarter left.
There it is. That's what I'm looking for.
Especially with the running clock, we know the Spartans aren't going to win.
Yeah.
If you're Marcini, what do you do right now?
I would do exactly what we just saw him do. The deep bench is now checking in, so we got some very young guys. Alan Podboy exceptional JV game today.
Oh, yeah.
Kyler Murray coming in, and at Darnell, which I'm blanking on his last name right
Darnell
now.
Brown.
Darnell Brown, thank you. Darnell Brown. Darnell Brown checking in as well.
And
so.
Brown, he almost shows me shades of Ethan a little bit, I've kind of noticed. He's very athletic. He moves very, very quickly. He plays at a very, very quick pace. And this is the stuff that we look for right here.
Yeah, 100%. We do want to look for that.
And so now we have this is where we get into the deep bench. So the only one still out there is Morris. The rest of it is and Cheems is by no means on the deep bench, but you do need some talent out there still because you don't want to bring up
veteran experience.
You don't want to bring it out too much. You got to develop these players well. As Severin still has the ball, Springfield still keeping in their starters. As he's guarded by Kyler. Down to Morris. He just kicks it off of Chima's foot. It will still be going the way of the Spartans.
Yeah, and the Rockets staying in that 2-3. Got the big man, Alan Podboy, in the middle. And I just love a 2-3 defense. Like, I mean, man is good. But a 2-3 is just, like, it takes skill to run it. And if you run it well, it is a really hard defense to beat. And the Rockets have been running it pretty well tonight, as you can see, holding the Spartans down to only 20.
And I love what you're saying. You know, I've always liked the saying next man up. And that's what happens as he sinks a deep three. Pretty much saying you can run all these, these zone defenses, but you got to guard up on me.
And that's a tough spot in the 2-3. That's like the best way to beat it is shooting a three right there, just below the wing, as Morris dribbles it off his own foot out of bounds. The ball will go to the Spartans' possession. But yeah, as I was saying, that's just a spot you want to be in if you're trying to beat a 2-3, just right below that wing. Not quite in the corner, not quite in the wing, right in that sweet spot between the two defenders. You can get a good shot off there if you're quick enough. As Key brings it up for the Spartans.
And Key guarded by Morris, unfazed from that. He's just going to continue to play ball. As Severin's guarded by Podboy, huge, huge man, offensive line size. As it is rebounded by Chima, shot taken by Lanham. Pass it to Morris, Morris over to Murray. Murray puts up the left-handed layup. Very, very athletic play. He looked like he was at about a 45-degree angle for that one.
And I would like to point out, Trevor Murray graduated last year. This is Kyler Murray. No relation, but it might get confusing.
Same with Preston and Ethan Laie. So Severin with a whack jump shot misses it by a mile. As Podboy gets the rebound. As Murray gets the ball, goes up. Defended heavily as Darnell Brown takes it from up top, misses the three-pointer. That's okay. He's young. He's young.
Yeah, he is very young.
And so Key drives in, swings it over to Garrison. As Garrison misses the layup. Looked like he might have been fouled, but he's not on my team. I'm not complaining. So now Morris will take it, swings it to Brown. Brown drives in, thinks about going up as he gives it to Morris. Morris shoots the three. And Darnell Brown with the offensive rebound. I know that is Darnell Brown's arguably his biggest strong suit is offensive rebounds. That gets into Podboy. And Podboy, he's so big and so strong out there, he could keep putting up shots, but he misses it, gets his own rebound, misses it again, and it is rebounded. And so now Key with the ball. Key swings it over to Severin. Severin very, very tall and lanky, kind of a Kevin Durant build, as he trips up on himself, but a foul will be called.
Looks like that one's going to fall on Dallas Morris again. That brings him up to 4 in the game. He's one away from fouling out, so that would be the third Rocket to foul out in 2 games. Rockets lead by 43 points, 66-23, 4:52 left in the game, and we still have that running clock going.
It's just passing to Garrison. Garrison goes up on 3 guys, gets fouled, gets up, doesn't even want anybody's help getting up. I saw Chima try to help him. Chima kind of looks a little bit upset, like, man, I'm not, you ran into me. I'm trying to help you up, and you're going to do that, Ref's kind of talking to him there.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to say it, you're down by 43 right now. There's no reason for, poor sportsmanship. Just finish out the game. As he misses the first free throw, almost looks like that's a bit of karma for acting up a little bit.
Yeah. You never want to see that.
Yeah, that's the one thing I just like. Good sportsmanship, it goes a long way. As he misses the second one, almost goes somewhere.
Wow.
As the ball will go out of bounds, as nobody touched it. And keep in mind, that ball went out of bounds in the far back corner of the court. So he missed that free throw so incredibly bad that the Rockets now have it on our side.
All right. That's Morris now to take it in for the Rockets.
So hits Murray. Murray thinks about taking the corner three, decides not to. He pulls up for the short corner. No good.
That'll be tipped out of bounds by Reisinger. Rockets will remain possessive of the ball under their own hoop. Murray to inbound it. Looks like they're running a little bit of a box play here. 4 men on the paint.
Can't find who to pass it to. Just hits Chima down low. Chima goes up with the layup. It's contested. It doesn't matter.
I will say Morris was wide open there for a minute in the corner, so that's a tough one. But glad to see Chima making that lay.
I almost wonder if it was a design play, but yeah, he was open.
We'll get a foul here.
And the Rockets are hacking, I think, and they have had a great game so far. You know, I'm not doubting it by any means.
Yeah.
But the defense is becoming, just a little bit too strong.
Yeah.
And I think it is something that we're going to need to work on as a team.
Yeah. You know, there's a difference between having strong and aggressive defense and reckless, and you got to find that good balance between being reckless and strong.
And so bringing up a Severin, underhand layup, rebounded by Chima. Chima killing him with the rebounds today. Pass it over to Morris. Morris, no-look pass to Murray. Murray pull-up mid-range, no good. Rebounded by Podboy. That man is a beast. Underhand layup.
Like, I mean, that's just a big man making big man plays right there. Rebound, strong layup through contact. That'll get him on the board tonight.
As Murray dives for the ball, Key having a little bit of trouble getting it up. As Key drives in, keeps losing the ball. He's on the floor now. Swings it on down to it's a JV player, Marcus Lewis.
Airballed that one. Rebounded by number 3, Brecken.
And
Morris will get called with that. That'll be his 5th. He's done for the day. And coming in for him will be number 5, Manny Gibson.
So I think as we look into the season that is underway, we do need to understand they need to stop fouling so much.
Yeah.
If your 6th man is almost fouling out, that is not going to be good in the long run.
No, you don't want that.
So Bracken, his second free throw, it is good. Bracken, odd jump shot, not poor, because he is making a lot of threes. As Murray takes it up, turn down to Podboy. Podboy spins. He is aggressive. He will be called for an offensive foul.
Looks like there's a charge called there. As the clock's ticking under a minute now. We got 50 seconds left. It is running.
I believe that was just an offensive foul because he kind of threw an elbow into him a little bit. I think it's one of those things. He's just so big he has to learn how to control his size.
And the Spartan should be in bonus there. That is the 5th foul of the quarter. Officials must have missed it there, but now here's Key driving in. He goes up 2, no good.
His rebound attempted to be rebounded by Brown. After a series, it goes up by Garrison. Garrison puts it in. Score is currently 70-27. 20 seconds left in the game. Let's see if they go for a play. Murray has the ball, and he's decided to hold it.
Yeah.
He dribbles a little bit. Passes it over to Gibson with 10 seconds left as the clock unwinds. And Brown in the corner. His first time ever getting into a varsity game. They're pump faking. They're messing with him. And Chima bangs a deep 3 after the buzzer as to not be unsportsmanlike.
Just to mess around.
And you could see he was talking to Bracken there. They were both smiling, laughing at each other. I really do like that a lot. You know, that I could tell Chima, I've played with him for a while. I've talked to him for a while. He's very sportsmanlike. He is a very, very sportsmanlike player.
Yeah, as the players shake hands here, we got a lot to think about for this player of the game. Braden Hodge, obviously, 12 points, 6 for 4. P.J. Robinson, hot start. Not sure where he's finishing out. Didn't really do much in the second half, but played his role well. Knew he was hot at the beginning. Got the Rockets off to a good start. I think that's a viable contender there.
And Hodge for 12 points. Yeah, that was great, honestly. Laie 11 points. Laie hasn't got double-digit points.
But also, I want to point out Dallas Morris, 6-man, 8 points, 5 steals. Never mind. 5 fouls. I was looking at Ethan Laie here. Ethan Laie, 11 points, 4 steals.
He was hacking quite bad.
Yeah.
But there was a lot going on. Gramir Chima, 8 points. Doesn't get a ton of attempts. Chima, he's looking great.
I really think we've got to go with Laie here. 11 points, 4 steals, kind of commanded the Army in tonight's game. So,
and I couldn't agree more. So today's player of the game is Ethan Laie. Along with being the player of the game, Ethan Laie will receive a larger 2-item pizza from Giannino's Pizza on State Route 303 in the Streetsboro Plaza. Congratulations, Ethan Laie. Just incredible.
Yeah.
And so, once again,
70-27.
Our final score was 70-27. You can join us for our next game on Wednesday.
Who do we host Wednesday? I think
Norton?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you could find us against Norton. And today's game has been brought to you by Giannino's Pizza on State Route 303 in the Streetsboro Plaza. Giannino's offers pizza, chicken, and JoJo's along with hot Italian subs. Have Giannino's cater your next party or event. Call Giannino's at 330-626-4700. That's 330-626-4700. And now if you guys are wondering why we sounded so great today, that is because of our engineer Milo. Thank you so much for what you've done today. And for Bryce Posek,
I'm Trevor Kimlowski with my stat man, Cam Whitcomb.
Thank you, Cam.
Thank you, Cam.
Good night, everybody.